You're watching We the People with Gloria Allred. Deirdre Flynn is suing her older brother, Derek Flynn, in the amount of $3,800 after she alleges her car was wrecked while in his care.
This is the case of a deer in the headlights. Oh dear. Let's introduce the plaintiff. That's Ms. Deirdre Flynn and the defendant, Derek Flynn. What happened here, Ms. Flynn?
Yes, yes, Your Honor. Basically, what happened was I was driving home late from work, and out of nowhere came just a flash in front of my car, and I smashed right into a deer and went right into my car, flew in. I was rushed immediately to the hospital. I was under a lot of medication and everything at that time. I'm suing my brother basically because he was left responsible for my car.
But when you say he was left responsible, are you the one that asked him to be responsible for your car?
Yes, I did.
Now, was he in the car at the time of the accident with the deer?
He was not in the car at the time, but I was laid up with medication. He's the only family that I have in the area. I was told by the towing company that I had a limited amount of time for me to basically get the car out of the tow truck or be demolished. And he didn't do what he was supposed to do. So here I am, I'm left, I have no car, I have no ways to get around, you know, to get to work. I'm up here working 2-3 jobs, trying to help him since he owes people money. He does nothing he's supposed to do, and he didn't do what he said he was going to do. He's going to take care of the car by a certain time. I have evidence here, Your Honor, that shows that the car was left with the deer in it, with maggots.
All right, is this evidence that you would like the court to receive?
Yes, I would. I would also like to enter in evidence, a letter from the towing company stating the date and time that the car was supposed to be picked up.
All right, is this evidence that the defendant's had an opportunity to review?
Yes, he has.
Then the court will receive it. Thank you very much, Brian. I am looking at a note from Rick's Towing that says, surprise, we have your car in our tow yard. Please come and retain your vehicle within 30 days of this letter or your car will be demolished. And it is signed by Rick's Towing. Now next, I have a photo. Wow. That's not a legal phrase. That's just my exclamation at seeing what I've never seen before, which is a photo of a deer looking like it's inside of a car. And the poor deer obviously looks as though it's deceased, and the car is, to put it mildly, a mess. Mm-hmm. I'm also looking at a photo that you have submitted of maggots all over the car, numerous maggots all over the car. And that's what you have submitted into evidence. Now, here's my question for you, Ms. Flynn. Are you seeking then what, the value of the car?
Yes, I am seeking the value of the car.
How much was the car?
$3,800.
And how did you determine the value of the car?
By the Kelly's Blue Book, basically, at the time that I purchased it, $3,800. And, you know, Derek has done nothing. He's made no offer to pay for anything, and he needs to pay for this.
All right.
And coming up,
I went to the garage. They said that the costs for the repairs for the car would far exceed the cost of the car. She says she wants the Blue Book value. The car wasn't even created when they invented the Blue Book.
we're back with the case of Deirdre Flynn, who's suing her brother Derek Flynn for the value of a wrecked automobile.
Mr. Flynn, what happened with the car? First of all, did you agree when your sister was in the hospital that you would take care of a car?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
All right. Now, what did you do?
She gave me the authorization. She said, can you handle this entire car situation for me while she was in the hospital? I said, I'll handle it for you. I went to the garage. They said that the costs for the repairs for the car would far exceed the cost of the car.
And why is that?
The car is, first of all, the car is old. She says she wants the Blue Book value. The car wasn't even created when they invented the Blue Book. The car had an accordion hood. It was all crushed up.
Okay,
it was venison in the back
That's a little bit of an exaggeration.
No, the car was totally demolished, Your Honor. The car was terrible. I mean,
all right. Well, that does appear to be the case, that the car was demolished.
Yes.
All right. So, in any event, so you're saying that their position was that it couldn't be repaired or if it were going to be repaired, it would cost more than the value of the car.
Correct.
So that's why you didn't do it.
Correct.
All right, so you're saying what you did was the responsible thing. You just decided not to have it fixed, right? What happened to the car then?
The garage, they demolished it. They sent it to the junkyard. They just took it and it was gone with. I mean, $3,800. They said they wanted $5,000 to repair the car. So I made the adult decision to go ahead and let them just take the car. And since she was in the hospital, I handled the business for her like she asked, and the car was totally handled. So it was no money out of her pocket, although she did lose her old beat-up car.
So let me understand then. Do you think that your brother, if it's true that this car would cost more to be repaired than the value of your car, but would you have preferred to be left with a bill for the car that was more than the car was worth?
I mean, no, Your Honor, but I would
All
like
right, that's
to know
enough.
what's
No,
going
Your
on.
Honor, is all I need to hear. Anything further from you, sir?
I think that's about it. She's totally in the wrong. I don't even know why Deirdre is taking her brother to court. She always has something against me. She has something against all my girlfriends. I felt I was totally responsible. When I took the response from her, she told me to go ahead and make the decision about the car. I made the decision about her car. She was hopped up on medication in the hospital, and I did what any other brother would do.
All right, I'm ready to rule unless there's any further evidence.
Judge Allred's verdict when We the People returns.
Now, Ms. Flynn, you are upset because your brother didn't have your car repaired. What you have not presented to the court is what the value of this car was after you demolished it in a car accident. The fact that you're telling me that it was worth $3,800 when you purchased it is frankly meaningless to this court, because what is relevant is what was it worth after this accident? And we have no evidence of that except your brother's testimony, Derek, who testified that basically it wasn't worth much. It would have cost so much more to repair it than this car was worth after the accident. So I am going to accept his representation. He was trying to do the best for you, and I think you should thank him for it. Judgment for the defendant.
All rise.
Judge Allred has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim is denied.
You know, he ignored me, and now I'm left with no car. So I don't think the decision was fair at all.
My sister Deirdre has a lot of growing up to do, and I'm glad that the judge saw right through her